Hey everybody, Matt Crawford with Cornerstone Leadership Solutions, and I just want to first of all, say thank you to being a loyal reader of our blog. Um, we're constantly trying to improve on our blog, trying to be more consistent with our blog. I got to say thank you to Michael Hyatt. If you don't know Michael Hyatt, go to his website and the blog, michaelhyatt.com. Michael wrote a book a few years ago called Platform, and he has really helped us getting our voice heard in such a noisy and loud world. He's One thing he's been very good about is adapting and changing what he does to be the most effective communicator he can be. And so that's why we're doing this video blog, because some people want to hear a blog, some people want to see, a video blog, a vlog as I guess they call them, or they want to read it. So we're trying to get you the information in the way you want to hear it. So I hope this is of benefit to you. Um, but I want to take just a little bit of time because this past week I actually got to attend a conference, which is great to actually just sit and listen and consume for a while, because it seems like we're usually out talking and doing breakout sessions or keynotes, and you just don't get to stop and relax the same way. So it was great. But I got to go to the Global Leadership Summit, and this is a 2-day conference put on by Bill Hybels of Willow Creek Church in Chicago. Man, if you're in ministry, you got to go to this. If you're a leader of an organization or a manager, or you want to just develop as a person, regardless of what you do, you got to go to this conference. The Grand Mance was kind enough to host myself and Lincoln attendees, and it was just awesome. And it was really affirming, because as a consultant and a coach and a leadership developer, we say stuff and we see improvement and in work in organizations and in leaders. But to have the top leadership consultants, the top CEOs in the nation, and really the world say these things that we are constantly teaching, it was so affirming. And speaking of simulcast, just real quick, I wanted to let you know, if you're in Lincoln or in Omaha, be sure you go to the October 10th L2 Lincoln Conference. John Maxwell is going to be doing that. The afternoon is going to be a live interactive session, but I digress. I'll talk about that at the end. But I want to talk to you about 6 key leadership principles, lessons that I heard that really resonated with me and hit home. The first one was behavior, behavior, behavior. I think there was around 14 or so speakers, and it was amazing to constantly hear this theme of you've got to make sure your behaviors are aligned to the core values of your organization. The reality is your behavior skills are the fundamental leverage points to your technical skills, which is going to be the true indicator and driver of peak performance. Um, you know, I forget who said this, but they're right. People really don't care what you say. It's true. Talk is cheap. As a leader, people need to see that your behaviors are aligned to your core values. Because if you're saying one thing but acting out on another, people are not going to imitate what you say or what the values are on your walls. They don't care. They're going to imitate what you do. So look at yourself and ask, are my behaviors really going to give me the results that I want, and that they're the behaviors that I want my people to imitate? Second thing, Bill Hybels reminded people that, you know what, as a leader, as an organization, sometimes you need to get help. You cannot be it all. You don't want to be it all. You can't fix it all, so stop trying. Put your hand up and say, I need help. Go out and find a business consultant, whether it's someone from Cornerstone, myself, or someone else in the office, or John, or maybe you want to go off to the Center for Influential Leadership, or maybe the Frazina Group, or whoever it is, get help. Okay? Go out, get a customer satisfaction survey. Go get an employee engagement survey. Find out what your employees are really feeling and seeing. If you're a leader, get a 360 assessment. Get some honest feedback, be coachable, and become the best leader possible by getting an outside consultant. The reality is an outside consultant is going to be pretty unbiased. They're going to come objectively and going to try to help you move forward. If you do it internally all the time, guess what? You're not going to have the true conversations that you want to have. I wish it was so, but it's not. So go out and get help. Third thing, measurement. Do you realize what gets measured is actually what gets done? What gets rewarded gets done, and done well. So often we're just shooting out there without vision, without directions, without goals. Have metrics in place. Take the time and be very intentional and specific about what you're trying to achieve, and then have little little rewards along the way. I met with a client last night and was looking at a project, and they were just so overwhelmed by all to do in such a short amount of time. What we did was we prioritized them, but then we also put them in just individual little categories, and as you got them done, you had that little check box. And when you check that box, me personally, that is a great feeling, and that adds momentum to me moving forward and having more wins. So have metrics in place, reward for those achievements, and things will get done. Fourth thing is the ROI of leadership. Patrick Lencioni was there. He's a great speaker, very off the cuff, but he really cares about people, and you can see that. And he talked about three key mistakes that leaders can make. And what he said was at the core is pride. And he says, like Proverbs says, pride comes before the fall. Ask yourself, am I giving of myself, of my leadership selflessly? Am I investing in people's spirituality, emotions, helping them achieve their goals? Or am I just a consumer of their gifts and abilities? What he said, though, just resonated with me. He asked, or he said, do you realize something? The true ROI of leadership is not material. You see, the true ROI is not money, it's not a car, it's not a house, it's not an award. True ROI of leadership is eternal. That's a huge responsibility. That's an awesome payoff. Fifth thing, crucial conversations. Joseph Grenny spoke, and he wrote that book, Crucial Conversations, and he only got to talk about one key thing. But whether you're in ministry or whether you're in an organization, chances are you're missing out on some crucial conversations. You don't want to stir the boat. You don't want to offend somebody. You dismiss it. You don't want to hold people accountable. The reality is, if you're going to be a highly performing, highly effective organization and leader, you're going to have those conversations, those crucial conversations. Two questions you can ask. First, what crucial conversations are we not having? Because I'm guessing that's going to be happening. Second, what crucial conversations are we not having well? Sometimes you'll have those moments where you find someone very coachable, and you go, oh man, I just don't want to hurt their feelings. But if they're coachable, a good, honest, caring piece of criticism, critique is going to be a blessing. Last, you got to learn to flex. Erica Ariel Fox, she spoke, and she's a Harvard gal and highly intelligent, and she talked about this idea of how inside of each person we have four internal executives in our inner executive suite, and kind of a funny thing, but I think she's right on the money. And what we would call them are behavior domains. I mean, we all tend to hang out in one or two primary behavior domains, right? Well, she says there's a dreamer, right? And for us, we would say that's like a style 2, an expressive. We want to get the picture. And then there's the thinker executive, and that's like a style 4, analytical. They want to get it right. Then there's the lover executive. That's a style 3, amiable. They just want to get along. There's a warrior executive, and that probably comes to a lot of people's mind of like a Donald Trump. I mean, they're the style 1 driver. They want to get it done. The key in all this is you have to learn to flex. I mean, I might be a high style 2 expressive, but if I'm going to interact with a style 1 driver, that warrior, or I'm going to work with a thinker, a style 4, I'm going to need to learn to flex and look and listen for cues and look how to talk and think and act like that person. And if I can do that, I'm going to be a much better communicator, a much better leader to my people. So those are those 6 key lessons: behavior, get help, measurement, return on investment, crucial conversations, and learning to flex. Guys, at Cornerstone, we'd be happy to do any of that stuff with you. So if you're wanting to figure out what are my typical behaviors, what are the behaviors of my people, how do I learn to flex towards those people, how do I coach them, let us know. We've got an awesome assessment tool that we can get it in there for 20 minutes of your time. It's done, and you can be a much better coach to your people. If you need a 360 assessment, maybe it's a pre-hire screening tool, maybe it's a customer satisfaction survey or an employee engagement survey, we can do that. Whether it's creating a system of rewards, metrics, goals, strategic planning, we can do that. If you want to talk about things that are eternal nature, we can do that too. If you need to have a crucial conversation you've been missing out because you're so afraid of offending someone or hurting their feelings, we can do that too. So that's 2 days of information packed into a neat little box. If you would, this is what it would mean a lot to me. If something's resonated with you, or you listen to these, you're reading these, and you're like, man, this one thing out of these I'm really struggling with as a team, as a leader, let us know down below. Right down below here, you can scroll down if you need to. There's actually a little box, and you can comment as a guest, you can comment as a user, but I'd love to talk to you on here about that. What are you doing really well? What aren't you doing well? What can you improve, and how can you improve it? That's what we love to do. We love to add value to people by moving them from success to significance, by helping them do what they do better than anyone else. We bring in people to make us better, and I would love to help you do the same. Just real quick, guys, October 10th of this year, if you've got a team of people, you're here in Lincoln or in Omaha or any around the surrounding area, we'd love to have you at the Hyatt Place. We're doing that L2 Lincoln, which is a learning and leading. It's a John Maxwell simulcast. He's going to be speaking with Linda Kaplan Baylor, the gal who put the duck in the Aflac business. Tim Sanders, former CEO of Yahoo. It's just going to be a great morning of learning, learning great skill sets of leadership. And then in the afternoon, John Roberts, CEO of Cornerstone, and myself, we're going to be doing an interactive workshop. So bring your team and let's get down to creating a personal growth plan. Let's talk about some key characteristics of an influential leader. Great opportunity, great environment in the rail yard, fun restaurants, fun environment. Bring your team. It's benefiting a great local nonprofit, Tyson's Treasure Chest. Very near and dear to my heart, this organization, as I've had a kid with cancer. Every ticket sold, part of that money goes towards that organization. So we want to see that place filled to the brim. Or maybe you want to be a sponsor, you want to let people know about your business. Come do that with us. We'd love to see you at L2 Lincoln, October 10th. L2Lincoln.com. You can get tickets. If you're a ministry, give us a holler. We can get you a discount. Guys, I really do appreciate your time. I am so excited for you, your organization. Let us know what resonated, and I know I'll see you here soon. All right, guys. Thank you for your time.